Hey guys, welcome back to some more F1 2017 and part 11 of season 1 of our Renault career mode, and today we have the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku, or the European Grand Prix I should say. Yeah, it's going to be quite tough this weekend. We've obviously got that like 3 mile long straight or something silly like that, and that's going to be really affected by our the bad state of our power units. If we just have a look at the vehicle management, I've went ahead and done P1 and P2. I don't usually do that. I'll be honest with you, I just forgot to record this little part. This is the state of the power units at the moment. The one I've got in is the one I'm going to use this weekend. From my experience with the game, the MGUK and the MGUH and the energy store don't really have that much of an effect on your engine performance. The big ones are the turbocharger, the control electronics, and the internal combustion engine. That seem to have the biggest impact. The gearbox isn't looking good. It's 70% worn. I've been having a lot of problems with that in practice. If we can complete this race with this gearbox and then just see how it goes, I mean, we're probably going to have to take another gearbox at some point. I mean, we should really do it this weekend. I'm going to see how P3 goes and then make the decision whether to change the gearbox. If P3 we're looking like competing for the top 10, then I won't change the gearbox. If we're looking like we're going to be near the back anyway, I will take a new gearbox. But with that being said, I'm now going to hand over to the qualifying report with whoever. Right guys, we have just done a P3. I haven't quite handed over to the qualifying report yet because I just want to let you know. We've got 909 resource points. Oh, I didn't expect this to happen.
Hey, looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
So our new rival is Felipe Massa of Williams. He's currently in 8th in the standings. I think we're 7th. That's going to be a bit of a difficult one. But yeah. So we were 15th in P3 and I was pushing pretty hard. So it makes me wonder whether we should go for everything new again and get a whole new power unit as well. You know, we're going to be probably about, you know, if we change the gearbox, we're probably going to be about 18th anyway. So it's a big decision, but I think it's one that could benefit us. I don't think we've got the same pace as say, Nico Hulkenberg in this session. So yeah, I think we are going to take a whole new power unit. And we're not going to use it, but we'll take it. And yeah. So we'll go back to that, and back to that, and back to that. No, not the turbocharger. We want, it's the energy store, isn't it, that we need that in. Yeah, and then do that. Yeah, that seems about right to me. The expected lifespan is about 28 laps on this engine. So, you know, we could have a few problems in the race, but luckily if those two components fail, we won't have a reducing power, if you like. We will take a new gearbox as well. Yeah, because yes, that's completed 3 races, but it's not going to complete 6. It's already 75% worn. It's gonna bust before that. So we've got 3 gearboxes to do, another sort of 12 races. I think that's achievable. We shouldn't have really took that other gearbox, but we'll see. we'll see what happens. I think with that being said as well, we might as well go and improve this once again, because that's 500, and that leaves us 409 points left. So I think after that we might go and improve the powertrain again. What's the next upgrade? 1,000 all over the shop. We might go and do one of them or something like that. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. And I now will hand over to the qualifying report with whoever.
Azerbaijan would set up a mixed-up grid for the second ever Baku Grand Prix, with 3 drivers affected by grid penalties. After a good start to the season, Joe Hanold struggled with fuel mix issues in Q2 and only qualified 15th, and then opted to take a full power unit change after qualifying, and this means then that he'll start at the back of the grid. Renault generally struggled and Hulkenberg only starts in P11. The McLarens also struggled with the 2 DRS slipstream straights, with Van Dorn starting just ahead of Hanold in P19, with Alonso 2 places ahead in P17. The Sabres surround the McLarens, with Marcus Ericsson out qualifying Pascal Wehrlein to start in P16 and P18 respectively. Toro Rosso had a poor day also, with Daniel Kvyat only P14 and Carlos Sainz alongside him in P13, promoted after penalties for surrounding competitors. Sergio Perez is one of these competitors to take a penalty, originally qualifying P10 and starting P15 after a gearbox change. Esteban Ocon took advantage to show his pace to the Force India team and starts a fantastic P6. Haas's Romain Grosjean starts P12, with Kevin Magnussen further impressing, starting alongside Daniel Ricciardo in P9. Danny Rick's teammate Max Verstappen starts in P5, just behind the Mercedes engines Felipe Massa in P4. Stroll starts P8 alongside Valtteri Bottas, who is only P7 after a gearbox change. So the battle for the top 3 positions was on, with the long straights benefited Lewis Hamilton, and he starts on pole ahead of Kimi Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel. So the questions are, can Bottas win from P7? Will his teammate breeze to a win, or will the Ferraris challenge? Well, let's join Anthony Davidson and David Crofts in the commentary box now to watch the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Anthony Davidson joins me today as we look ahead to something just a little bit different. It's quite high speed for a street circuit here, isn't it? Do you think that's going to throw up any unexpected situations?
Well, as long as the teams can keep everything cool, I don't foresee any particular big issues from a technical side of things. I do expect the track to be quite slippery though. We've not exactly had much chance to rubber in the surface. Any street circuit also comes with its own challenges, so I think we'll be seeing a few mistakes here and there. The smart strategy would be to expect a safety car, I think, especially early on when the pack is bunched up.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Raikkonen, who'll start P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Massa, Max Verstappen and Ocon, Bottas, Stroll, Magnussen and Daniel Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Grosjean, Carlos Sainz and Kvyat, Perez, Ericsson, Fernando Alonso and Stoffel Van Dorn, Wehrlein and a Renault rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Right then, here we are down on the track. As you can see, down at the bottom, as you guys will know, because before the qualifying report, I got the new components, which I think was a good idea. We didn't bother putting them in for this weekend because the performance just hasn't been there. I mean, Q1 I pulled out an amazing lap to go P8, but in Q2 we didn't have rich mix, and that meant we just had to cope with with standard revs, and it really hurt us. As you could see, we were about, well, more than a second off the pace of 14th place in Q2, so yeah, we just didn't really have it, and yeah, it was a bit of a shame to say the least, but we were starting at the back anyway, so it didn't really make a difference to our programme. Nico Hulkenberg starts 11th, so hopefully he can get some good points today, because the slipstream is OP. So if you get off to a good start, maybe make a few positions on the first lap, we could be up into the points by the end of the first lap if things go well. But I'm just looking to stay out of trouble after the first lap incident last time out. That pretty much destroyed our race. We just want to keep ourselves to ourselves. I think the strategy of being on the medium tyres to start off the race, going on to the super softs later on, will really help us. Just want to let you know at this part of the video that there won't be a career mode video out in 2 days time like there usually would be. There's actually going to be a car comparison between the F1, the Red Bull 2017 car and the classic Red Bull 2010 car around Austria, because that's Red Bull's home circuit, and we'll be looking at different things like the top speed of the cars, and we'll look at the sort of cornering speed if we can, and just the general one-lap pace. I think it's going to be very, very interesting, and hopefully you guys will be interested in looking at that. I want to thank you for all of the support on career mode so far. Plenty of likes in every video, and yeah, 10 parts in, that's a wonderful feeling to have, and to know that you guys are still interested in the content. And yeah, I will be hopefully doing a couple of seasons on this. I'm really enjoying it so far, so let us know if you want to see a season 2, and we'll maybe even change teams for season 2. But that's enough of that nonsense. Big thank you to Toby for the qualifying report for this video, and really, really appreciate the time that you put into it, and cracking result when you've done it. So thank you very much, Toby. And go and check out his channel. As always, it's in the description and on my homepage. We're also doing a Football Manager draft together, me and him and a few of the other guys, Bad Jokes FM, Cautious Paul and Knock It Wide. That's going to be a load of fun over the next few weeks, so make sure you check out them guys as well. But here we are, lining up for the start. We've angled our car very aggressively, pointing towards a sort of outside of Stoffel Van Dorn. But here we go, ready for the lights. Lights out, away we go here in Azerbaijan. I still thought it was called the European Grand Prix, but apparently not. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix now. We're just going to stay out of any turn 1 nonsense and just settle into our race. At the back here, we're going to have a look down the inside of Pascal Wehrlein, who also had penalties, but just keep our nose clean. That's what we want to do. Just try our best really to stay out of trouble and maybe make up a few positions as people settle into the race. We'll have a look down the inside of Wehrlein here, but remember that turns into the outside, so we'll have a look down the inside again. We lock up a bit but make the move, and we're up to 19th now. We're expected to get up to P13 by the end of the race, which I don't know how achievable that's going to be, but we'll see. I think we've got good straight line speed round here. We've got decent engine power, and you know, we may have Rich Mix back by the end of the Grand Prix, so hopefully we'll manage to make some positions up, and yeah, that'll be good. So we're closing in on Fernando Alonso at the end of this first lap. I think we should be able to take a McLaren on the straight, although he will have a tow from his teammate just ahead. This corner has been troublesome for me this weekend, locking up through there, bouncing off the wall, you name it, it's happened there. And now we're closing in on Fernando Alonso at the end of this first lap. We've also got Sauber behind us with a Ferrari engine, so they could perhaps cause a problem, but here we come up on Fernando Alonso. We've got the slipstream. It really is easy taking on both McLarens. We don't even need the slipstream with Stoffel Van Dorn. We're just straight through, and that's us up to 17th place. And now hopefully we can... Whoa, they were 3 wide up ahead. I was going to say we can catch up to this little group ahead where Marcus Ericsson's involved as well, and hopefully manage to make a move. Van Dorn and Alonso trying to sort of be pulled along by me, I guess, with the slipstream, but hopefully we'll just shut them out Goodness me, 3 wide still. That is terrifying, and Kvyat eventually balks, but Perez having a look down the inside of Ericsson. We sort of tangle wheels with Danny Kvyat. We're going to have a look down the inside of Ericsson now, and we're through. And we're up to 15th place, which is really, really good. We don't want to let Perez get away though, because he's in the Mercedes engine. If he can pull us along, we could really make up some positions here. So yeah, an exciting first couple of laps here.
Safety car, safety car.
Oh, safety car deployed just as I was about to make a cut there. The safety car has been deployed. I don't know what's happened. There has been an incident. I don't know where. Don't know where the incident has took place. It looks like somebody's out the race though. Can we have a look on this camera where there has been an incident? Apparently not. So it's happened somewhere. We'll have a look on the race director who is out of the race. Well, it looks like Danny Kvyat. So Kvyat was side by side with us at some point. I don't think we were involved with it, but he's out of the race and there's a safety car, and that certainly helps us save some fuel, helps us catch back up to the field, and yeah, I'll see you guys when we're in the queue.
The power unit getting a little worse for wear. Stay out of lean mix in order to reduce the load. Give that position back. We are under safety car conditions and cannot overtake. Return the position.
Well, that's the second time this has happened. I'm just sort of like speeding up and slowing down, you know, like you do in safety car, keeping the gap to the car in front. The car behind, which was Alonso, and then Verline has overtook, and then when I've tried to re-overtake, they've told us not to return the position, and I think that's rubbish. That's absolute rubbish. Like, the car behind should be smart enough to sort of slow down. And yeah, I mean, look how close Van Dorn is to overtaking me, and I can't overtake Verline, so I'm going to end up in 18th position here. It's the first time it's happened this year, but it's really, really annoying. And look, you see what I mean? And now I have to hand that back to Van Dorn.
There is no overtaking during the safety car period.
What is going on here? Why is that happening? You know, I can't go any faster. This is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. Really annoyed with that. I've literally lost 4 positions under safety car. I hope they all have penalties. I really do. Let's have a look on the race director if they have penalties. They should do. Oh, so them two had... That's interesting. Stoffel Van Dorn had a severe collision with Kvyat, so that's why Kvyat's out the race, and Stoffel Van Dorn's got to stop-go out of it. Hopefully the safety car's coming in this lap. I really don't want to do another one. So the safety car's in this lap. We're right behind Ericsson. We want to time this perfectly. And we have done. There we go, we're going again. And hopefully we can make up them positions that we were wrongly robbed of. How's that an illegal overtake?
Receive a penalty.
Somebody's gone off. That's Lance Stroll. I don't know how that was an illegal overtake. That's really annoying. So we've lost all those positions that we made up at the start, and now it's an uphill battle to get back into the race. Well, we make the move on Van Dorn. It was a bit rougher than I expected, but we're through anyway. And I'm just fuming about the whole safety car incident, and then having to go past Ericsson again. That was silly. That was really, really silly. People are coming into the pits now, though. So this is our chance to make up some time. But, yeah, there's Perez. We were right behind him going into safety car, and now we have to suffer. We really have to suffer. How annoying. Well, Vettel in the pits, and we actually lead this Grand Prix, which is hilarious. We're not managing to shake Van Dorn. He's kind of holding on to our slipstream, so yeah, we might struggle in this race to get the result that I think we deserve, and I think we would have had if we didn't have the safety car nonsense. But you know, you win some, you lose some. If there's another safety car now, it sort of really plays into our hands. So we've just got to hope for that, really. So we're pitting on this lap. I forgot that when that was the case. We have got rich mode back. We are starting to smoke a little bit though in the rear, which is not good. And we're in. That was a pretty good pit limiter engagement, if you like. And now we're coming into the pits. We're down to 4th already. We're going to be well outside the points, in my opinion, but we'll see what happens. We've engaged the clutch, and we're away. 2.6 seconds. That's one of our best this year. We sort of left the white lines there, which wasn't good, but we're in 13th at the moment, so that's the least we're going to get from this this race. We're ahead of Sainz, which is good, and now we'll use Rich Mix. We're on the super soft tyres. Let's see what we can get in this race. Well, look at this. We've already caught up to Romain Grosjean. Just using the rich fuel mix. We've still got a bit of fuel left in hand, and we're going to really push towards the end of this race. See if we can get some points, and hopefully we can overtake these two. The engine is looking critical at the moment. We could well have our first engine failure of the season, but who cares? We're having fun racing here. Really pushing the car, low fuel, rich revs, soft tyres, or the softest tyres I should say. And yeah, it is fun. We have got DRS available, but we just haven't got the same straight line speed as that Ferrari engine car behind the Mercedes engine car. That was quite embarrassing. But let's see if we can make the move into the next DRS zone. We've sort of lost the car a little bit. I'm just worried about all this smoke coming out the back of the car. Are we going to have an engine failure here? Really would be annoying, but we are right behind Romain Grosjean here. Can we have a look? Down the inside, we have a look, and we're through. We're through. That's a good move. That's a really good move. We're going to move down to standard for this little section here. We don't want to waste any of our rich mix until we're on that 1.4 mile long straight. Oh, here we go. Can we stay in his slipstream up this? Can he drag us along? That's the question. We're just going to need to get a really good exit onto the final turn. We managed to slow the car down enough there. Going to move to rich mix. We get a good exit out the final turn. This is going to be our best chance to overtake a Force India on this circuit. Sebastian Vettel sets the fastest lap of the race. Kind of distracted us there. We could have went through that little section a bit better. We're going to have DRS. We've got the slipstream. And we're right in his gearbox. We're going to struggle to do it. But we go down the inside. And we are through. So we're up to 11th now. And there's our rival, Felipe Massa, just ahead in the Williams. He qualified 4th. So he's going to be tough to catch. But let's see if we can do it.
Okay, some information on Raikkonen. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Yellow flags. I don't know what's happening here. We're through though. It's an illegal overtake on Massa. So we're going to have to let him back through. But I don't know what happened. I got some information on Raikkonen that he was slowing down because he had a problem, but this is going to lead into an exciting last lap now with Felipe Massa. Although we've got Ocon right behind us, we haven't got Rich Mix anymore. Ocon's going to go through, surely he's going to go through. And he is through. We don't have DRS for some reason. And we're going to go back down the inside of Ocon into turn 1. And then we're going to see if we can get this move done on Felipe Massa in this final lap. Our rival, it looks like we might get a point out of this, although Ocon's going to have such a good run on us through the final turn. So we've closed up to Massa, going up through the castle section now. This is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. There's yellow flags. I don't know what's happened. I think somebody's had an engine failure out there. I think we're going to be the next ones, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, here we come down into this final section now. Oof, we nearly go into the wall. I don't think we're going to have the engine power to do it, and there's going to be yellow flags as well, so I don't... oh, well, actually, there's no yellow flags. But coming up to the line now, Sebastian Vettel wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I don't think we're going to have enough engine power to get up to Felipe Massa. We're closing in on him. We've got DRS, but it's not going to be enough because we're coming up to the line. We've got Ocon miles behind us, and here we come through the finish line. We finished in 10th place. I think that's a pretty good performance from us in a battered engine to get a point out of it. I'm really, really pleased with that. Oh, that was a tough race. Really tough race, and now I'm really regretting not changing the MG UK, because I think Rich Mix we would have probably finished 9th, but never mind. So Ferrari win. Sebastian Vettel ahead of Bottas and Hamilton. So Hamilton down to 3rd by the looks of it. Which is a bit of a surprise from pole position. So let's see what the race results were with David Croft and Anthony Davidson.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I'm going to go for Marcus Ericsson. He's clearly got a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, and he's matured a lot over the past few seasons, which served him well today.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Sauber, whose good result moves them further up the championship. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
Wow, what can I say? I mean, Marcus Ericsson finishing 5th. We were ahead of him earlier in the race, but he stopped much, like, sort of further after us. I don't quite know how he only finished 6 seconds off Vettel in the end, because that's sort of where we were when we went into the pits. So I don't know how Ericsson finished that far up. 13 seconds ahead of me, that's quite embarrassing. But Van Dorn up there as well, he had a 5-second penalty, so he actually finished. Did he finish ahead of Perez, or did Perez pip him to the line? Perez pipped him to the line. Goodness me, what an exciting finish. But we finish in 10th. So what's happened to the likes of, well, Raikkonen finished last, pretty much. Last of the runners. I guess that's because he had his problem. Pascal Wehrlein 17th, Alonso 16th. These are all expected results, so I don't quite understand what's happened. Like, why is Ericsson so far up? But anyway, let's have a look at the standings. Kimi Räikkönen still leads, but now only 4 points ahead of Hamilton, 8 points ahead of Vettel, 14 points ahead of Bottas, so it's going to be a really good championship battle up top. We remain in 9th, Ericsson up to 11th, moving Nico Hulkenberg down to 12th, so yeah, a bit of an exciting Grand Prix that one. We remain in 5th in the Constructors, but we are closing in on Force India for 4th place. And hopefully we'll get that by the end of the season. But there you have it. That is going to be the end of this episode. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like down below. It really does mean a lot for me and for the channel. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.